Qualified, professional, and compassionate doctors talking real solutions to real health problems.
On the DocTalk today, our good doctors, with the help of Swabra Subida, a nutritional specialist, demystify obesity.
You are what you eat. You're going to wake up in the morning on a typical day. You'll have your breakfast, which usually involves a cup of tea, milk tea, maybe with an egg or a toast of bread, buttered, of course. You'll sit in your car, chauffeur to work, right? You sit in your office, on your laptop, sign documents, or on your computer. Time for lunch will come. You go have your lunch full of carbohydrates. That is a typical Ugandan meal. Then in the evening, you sign off work. You'll probably go have a cup of coffee. Some people will go have a bottle of beer. One bottle invites another. Before you know, you've taken 3 or 4. For the married, they will go back home. They'll find dinner ready. For the non-married, they usually pass by their typical takeaway joint and they'll have a snack, chips, beef, chips liver, chips chicken, and then go back home and sleep, no exercise. This turns out to be the routine for most people. 1, 2, 3 days, a week, a month. Down the road, over the years, you're faced with a very big problem of obesity. Ladies and gentlemen, on the DocTalk show today, we are talking about obesity. With me in the studio is Dr. Ndiwala Nabire. You're welcome. We have a nutritional specialist, Swabra Subira. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And you know, obesity is a big problem because it is cited in most of the medical conditions.
Yes.
All the way from the heart, just head to toe. I think even people who deal with ENT, people who deal with heart problems, hypertension, infertility, and so obesity is with us. And the lifestyle we are living, I think we predict that obesity is on the rise.
You know, it's
Yes.
by over the years, or in our communities, people look at you, even you,
Yes.
Dr. Ndiwala, people
course,
might think you're obese.
They-
Medically, it has particular definitions.
Yes,
Swabra.
yes, it does.
And of course, you know, obesity I remember when I used to grow, I used to be a very fat person. But before I became fat, people used to applaud me. Yeah, I think you're getting money.
Yeah.
You're looking good.
And that is a problem. The society attaches obesity with a lot of pride, with money. Yes, and it's a problem.
But what is obesity? How does someone define obesity?
Now, obesity is a condition that results as a result of excessive accumulation of body fat. And it's on the rise because of that lifestyle, the Western culture. Yeah, it's on the rise. And the World Health Organization stated that in 2014 that 1.9 billion adults are obese. Yes.
Adults, you mean what
18
age?
years and above.
18 years and above.
Yes.
We've in Africa, in maybe Uganda, we focus on Uganda. We've not seen this problem in the last couple of years, but over time the trend is increasing. But this has been a major problem. Even when you look at the Guinness Book of Records,
Yes.
the fattest, I think it's a woman. The fattest person is a woman.
Yes, it's a
And they are
woman.
Westerners. They are from Europe and those other countries. Should we get worried that we're having a problem now?
Yes, we should get worried because in this era there is a lot of it's globalization. It's like lesson village. The trends in Europe, they're coming down up to here in Africa. So we should get worried, and I will call upon everyone to be keen, to be serious about diet and
Because
nutrition.
me, I grew up in the village. I will tell you that over my entire village, I never used to see anyone that would call obese.
Yes.
Yes. Is this because in the village you used to eat the normal food, you eat your cassava, you eat your greens, you eat your beans and stuff? Honestly, I don't know,
But I think
in your
it's a-
village,
it's
have
a-
you seen
Not so
very
many.
fat people?
No,
But
not
when
so
you
many.
when you move to the
But
urban
now,
centers,
when you're dropping your kids to school,
eh,
and maybe you see them coming, you know, kids are being picked from school.
Yes.
I'm not seeing so many young.
is this
children
is
who are
this a
becoming
cause
very
of
fat.
obesity? Like we've said, in the villages we don't see lots of fat people,
Yes.
unlike unlike in the city?
There are a number of causes of obesity. One is the excessive consumption of food. If someone, especially carbohydrates, because these are the foods that have the calories, so if you eat a lot of the carbohydrates, and the carbohydrates are not used.
But these are the foods that we eat in the villages. We eat cassava,
Yes.
we even rarely eat meat.
Yes, but the difference between people in the villages and people in like urban centers like Kampala, people in villages are more active. They wake up, you go to the garden and you dig. So that is a very, very good.
I used to walk to school, so
Yes.
and so
I think obesity now it's the malnutrition of the affluent society.
yes.
So the other,
Because if you go to the villages, you find more malnutrition. There is cases of kwashiorkor and marasmus.
yes, that is the
And then
other.
for us here, in the cities, because of the problems we've just stated, a kid is driven to school, everything is being done for you.
Am I going to talk about obesity in kids?
Yes, because it's, if you go to places like the places that sell junk food, you will see parents with a very, very big child, and they are still giving this child.
And is it limited to feeding only? Because there are people actually who don't eat a lot, but I think is there a component of family?
Yes, there is a problem of the genetics. There are people in their family, there is that gene whereby that person can easily eat more food than the other person, where like the metabolic rate is lower than the average person. There are many causes of obesity.
Metabolic rate meaning the breakdown of the food that you eat.
Slower, so the food spends more time in the stomach, so
it is absorbed into the body and stored
in the body
as fats, and then of course someone ends up.
But I think
Because
you see, the food is the fuel.
yes,
Like the genetics is the car. You're there, the car is made. If you put in the right fuel, then to perform maybe beyond others.
there's that.
but even if the genetics part of it is right, but it should not be a must that in your family you have that gene, so it's a must for you to be
Obese.
You have to do other things to help you to stay in shape. As there are other causes of obesity. Genetics is one of them, but it's not a must for you to be obese.
Because there are people who have who cannot break down their foods. There are people who have what we call metabolic disorders. Yes, there are certain
malabsorption.
hormones.
When they're taking the food, they might not absorb enough, or when they absorb more than others.
Yes.
Okay.
There are other causes of obesity. There is genetics is one of them. Then there is the excessive consumption. There are people who eat a lot of food. Yes. Then there is sedentary lifestyle.
That is what we
Yes.
okay.
You wake up, you go to work, you sit on a computer, leave, you sit in a car, go back home, you reach home, you watch TV. No, that goes on for a long period of time, and the results are obesity.
I've seen. I mean, you're a gynecologist, and there are people who add a lot of weight after childbirth. You'd find a typical girl at campus really trying to watch her weight, and most of them are watching their weight. They are that slender figure. Exactly. But then after one child, and then you see them blowing up.
That's why it's important, because there is maternal nutrition, and then there is nutrition for mothers who have given birth, lactating mothers. So you have to eat the food. When you're pregnant, you have to eat the right amounts. Then even when you give birth, so the society has its own norms. You know, you have to look for milk and all that, but you go to there is postnatal care. So when you go for postnatal care, you have to see a nutritionist to help you
deal with the challenges of nutrition vis-a-vis. What percentages do we
the diet
look at?
You may find someone like doctor. You said you were very active, but the weight was not.
Yes, was not going.
Yes.
I used to be
So
my normal used to be 100.
Me,
This is when I was.
If I was to award percentages, the diet has to be around 90% to contribute in the weight loss. The diet is very important. Yes.
How do you tell them? You know, you're obese, you're underweight, you're overweight, you're fat, whatever classification you want to
When a
use.
patient comes, you have to do the anthropometric measurements. You take the weight, you take the height, you take the waist circumference. So after taking the weight and height,
the waist circumference or the girth. The abdominal girth.
It depends on how you know it.
There are some people who don't have waist swabra, you know. You could have a waist swabra.
For a man, the waist is considered to be around the umbilical area. For a woman, when she's standing, the area where the elbow starts from.
That is the waist.
Yeah, that is the waist. When a person comes, you have to take the anthropometric measurements, you take their weight and height, and then you calculate their BMI. So, for someone
BMI
is
body
mass
okay.
index. Yes, it's the ratio of your weight and height. So, when someone's BMI is between 30 to 34.9, that is class 1 BMI. Between 35 to 39.9, that is class 2. Then above 40, that is class 3. So you can find cases whereby someone needs surgical intervention. To maybe to reduce the size of the stomach and all that.
Okay, so those are classes of obese people?
Yes, obese people.
So there are severities. There are those that are, well, commonly in medicine we have words like mild, moderate, and severe. So the morbidly fat are the severe ones. Why would anyone have the initiative to cut weight anyway?
Because when you're obese, it is a risk to your health. It comes along with very many complications. That's why you find women who are obese are having infertility issues, hypertension, diabetes mellitus. It just increases the chances of you developing these different conditions. Alcoholics who drink maybe spirits, they tend to be smaller because alcohol, first and foremost, it has a lot of effects on someone's food consumption. It can kill the appetite. Someone just doesn't feel like eating.
Which alcohol are we talking about here?
Spirits. Yes.
Okay, so alcohol plays a very big role for this uptown person.
Yes, and most times when people are drinking, they have to accompany it with a lot of junk.
Okay, so we've seen health problems, you've talked about infertility. Is this what you see in your clinic, Dr. Bile?
Yeah.
You see lots of these people?
There's so many.
When you're big, it also interferes with the hormonal balance.
Yes, true.
Yes.
The sensitivity of the cells to your hormones,
yes,
true.
so whether you're male or female, you just need to be in shape. Yes.
Does this directly affect the nightlife?
Yes.
When you're obese, obviously, because you have fat everywhere, even in your glottis, and so it's sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a problem whereby you get episodes of no breathing at night when you're sleeping.
A lot more to come up on the DocTalk show, including management of obesity.
You are watching the DocTalk show.